Brian Forbes was making Cinderella at the same time, and there's all these people immaculately dressed in all their crinolines, and there was all these little miniature 12-year-old hoodlums running by, grabbing people.
The big thing was meeting Glenda Jackson. Now, I didn't really know who she was, but somebody said that's Glenda Jackson. I kind of knew her name, and I called her a cheeky sod because I really didn't know what it meant, and she was just completely blown away that I would even say that. I was like, oh, how dare you? I'm like, yeah, whatever, lady. And we just kept going.
There was 20 adults and 200. They couldn't watch us all. And we just were getting into stuff all day, it was a big party.
And the host with the most was Scott Baio. He got a taste of things to come in life. Bugsy Malone was where his heartthrob reputation was born.
I'm mad about the boy.
Everybody had a crush on Scott because he was so cute, and everybody wanted to kiss him. And there were some stories that he'd kissed someone. I'm not really sure if they're true. And, you know, where did they kiss him? He kissed him behind the cafeteria or whatever it was. You know, there was a lot of that going on.
I've always found you kind of special.
Careful, you're racing my motor.
Oh, come on, Bugsy, give a girl a break.
On the silver screen.
On screen, Tallulah's trying to seduce me, Bugsy. Off screen, Jody and I were, this might have happened once, maybe twice. We're sort of kissing in the hallway of the Holiday Inn late at night, probably 8 o'clock after we were working.
How about smearing my lipstick?
Careful, Tallulah. You come any closer, I have to call my lawyer.
So call him.
You see, I was wondering that on the way over. I was like, did we kiss, or did I just dream that because I wanted to, you know? And I thought, I better not say it, because what if I just dreamed it up because I thought he was cute and, you know, I wanted to or something. But yeah, I suppose there was a little bit of that going on.
That's more like it.
All the girls in the chorus, they were all smitten with Scott. I mean, all of them just thought he had the biggest brown puppy dog eyes. They'd all be talking about, oh, wasn't he just so fine? Didn't he look smashing today? And all that type of stuff. And I'd be going like, yeah, whatever.
Beat it, Wisey. Give a guy a break, will you, Blousy? I bought you some flowers. I'll see that Tallulah gets them.
In all honesty, at the time, I really did not like Scott that much. Mainly because all the girls were just going gaga over him. And he just sort of strutted around the place like king of the castle, and that irritated me.
How long have you wanted to be a singer?
Since I was a kid, I guess. Actually, I don't want just to be a singer. I want to be a movie star.
While Blousy dreamt of stardom, Florrie Duggar found the reality of being Scott's love interest a real turn-off.
Oh, Bugsy, that's great. That's really, really great.
I'm supposed to give him this big hug. Well, I was going, oh, Bugsy, like this. You know, as far away from him as I could, and the kids said, you gotta get closer, Florrie. And I was going like, oh God, do I have to?
She kind of did one of these hugs with me, which is really kind of weird, and I kind of didn't know what the hell was going on. I thought, you know, as a little boy, thinking, what the F is her problem? Why can't she just give me a hug, you know? Alan was getting a little pissed, and I don't mean drunk. He was getting mad at her because she could not do it. And just hug him, hug him, hug him, just hug him.
Finally, they said, you know, if you don't get closer, we're just going to keep doing this. And I was thinking, I'm going to have to keep getting, you know, touching on him. So I finally did it.
Oh, Bugsy, that's great. That's really, really great. Hey, knock it off, will you?
Alan Parker had a tough reputation, and when it came to getting the perfect performance, the kid gloves came off.
Well, he was very domineering, man. You knew he was in charge, and he certainly didn't mind swearing to say we were children. He used to swear quite a lot at us.
They're playing adult parts, so in a way I treated them like adults, and therefore the set of rules that we all had was that first of all, they have to behave in a very disciplined way, and if they didn't, then I would remind them. Maybe that's where the stronger language came in.
Look, Buster, I've been walking the streets of New York for 6 months now, and the only fancy steps I've been doing is to avoid the man who collects the rent.
Woe betide the actor that didn't get it right. When Blousy was lousy, the air turned blue.
I could not get it. I couldn't get the yelling and trying to really show anger. He had to take me off to the side. It got me to the point where I was almost in tears, and I was so upset. And then he sent me straight back in to do the scene, and I got it. I nailed it.
Come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. I spent my whole life coming back tomorrow. Knock it off, Flossie. Cool down, will you? I will not cool down. I'm not. Now don't be stupid. Will you be quiet up there?
Then afterwards, I'm crying, and he said, "It's okay. I just wanted to get you to get the scene. I don't really, I'm not really upset with you and stuff." And I was like, it was tough. There was some things it was tough.
But it wasn't all hard work. When Dandy Dan's gang ambushed the Grand Slam, Fat Sam finally got his own back.
Okay, everybody, freeze.
Okay, you guys, let him have it.
The scene led to the biggest bun fight in cinema history.
The end splurge anarchy scene, for lack of a better word, was done pretty much the last day of shooting. I think that was the last shot we shot, and the reason is that the whole set got destroyed.
It took about 6 seconds. It went from a brown set to a white set, and and there was no way I could stop it. But by then, the moment I said action, boy, did they go for it.
You have got all these kids who have just been told to go crazy with whipped cream and flour and pies and make the biggest mess they could possibly make. And just having a blast and laughing and just going like, woohoo, we've been given permission to trash the place.
Just to fling flour bombs and pies. We're talking hundreds. Not one, hundreds.
This is getting ridiculous.
It was literally mayhem.
The speed with which they demolished the set was quite extraordinary, actually. I think that they finally got their own back on me.
So this is show business?
Knuckles Sheridan? But once the spotlight faded and the cast disappeared back into the wings, what happened to their lives?
I'm still in show business. I'm a stand-up comedian now, and I always say to people say, how did you start? I say, I started in an Oscar-nominated film called Bugsy Malone, and I've worked my way down.
So this is show business?
Knuckles' finger-cracking days are over. Sheridan Russell now sells parts for classic cars. Michelangelo Kirkby swapped his gun for a brush and now works as a painter and decorator. Snake Eyes Donald War is a performer.
What I do, boss?
And Peter Ritzy Richards is still wearing a suit to work. He's a salesman.
We give a little love and it all comes back to you. La, 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 la.
You know you're gonna be remembered for the...
Coming up next, the American stars reunite for the first time in 3 decades. The summer of '75 was over. The cast had made a mess, a movie, and some firm friends. But after 3 months, it was time to say goodbye.
I was sad when it ended because, you're always sad at the end of the movie and you think, I'll never see any of these people again.
It was melancholy because we knew this was the end. We knew that, it was over.
It was very disheartening knowing that you're not going to get to see these kids again, because we were like one great big family.
We could have been anything that we wanted to be, and it's not too late to change. I'd be delighted to give it some thought. Maybe you'll agree that we really ought 2, 3, 4. We could have been anything that we wanted to be. Yes, that decision is ours. It's been decided where we could divide it. Let friendship double of our powers. We could have been anything that we wanted to be, and I'm not saying we should. But if we tried it, we learned to abide. We can be the best at being good guys.
Bugsy Malone was released in '76, the same year Jodie Foster stunned audiences playing a child prostitute in Taxi Driver.